Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy OG Corn Dog up in here with a first episode of Gibberish Energy. And what we got today, what we be covering today, is probably the latest uh, false allegations that's going down with Ant Jefe. And I ain't feeling none of that. You know what I mean? And there's people out here in these YouTube streets that's doing too much the way I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do probably I'm not gonna say a full breakdown, but we're gonna do a breakdown of what's really going on. You know what I mean? Now let's start this off with my boy Ant Jefe on Monday, not having a good day. You know what I mean? Let's get into that real quick. Okay? We got problems here. This is the problems when you be going live and you don't know what you're doing. What's going on? See? I knew I was gonna have a problem with this when it come to streaming and all that. And I'm over here like, hey, for real, like let me just get it popping and do what I can to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna try to do this. You know what I mean? I'm usually not into this live streaming, but we gotta
It's
see
the
what's
good
popping.
old deal with the good old people, man. Today was not a good day, bro.
Oh,
Today was one of those bad days,
one
man,
of the
where the
bad
devil was
days.
working hard, man. He was at work, man. And he was this close, man. He was this
Just
close.
back it up.
What's the good old deal with the good old people, man? Today was not a good day, bro.
Mm.
Today was one of those bad days, man, where the devil was working hard, man. He was at work, man. And he was this close, man. He was this close to cashing in on wishful thinking. So right now, right, I'm in a phase where I'm trying to regroup, you know what I'm saying, and think things through, man, and just, create the space to be calm and copacetic, you know what I'm saying, through the storm, you know what I'm saying.
Do that, bro.
But hopefully
Handle
y'all
your
had a good
candle.
day up out there, though, man, on this Monday, man, you know what I'm saying.
Man,
To
your laugh,
anybody
my
day
nigga.
who was bad like mine, we gonna make it through, champ, you know what I'm saying. As long as we make it through the next day, man, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, we got another chance, man, to recharge, man, and regroup, man.
Stay strong, my
Salute.
nigga.
Stay strong.
That's you know what I'm saying. I said the same thing before he said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay strong. Everybody out there, you know what I'm saying? Stay positive. Keep that negative energy out of your life. You don't need it. You know what I mean? For real. That's on a real note. When I heard that right there, I heard that the next day, which was Tuesday, and I'm like, because I follow Aunt Hefe. I watch all of his material. I try to stay up. He keep me up on the game on what's happening out here in these YouTube streets. And when I heard that the next day on Tuesday, I was like, "Oh my God, oh man!" And that hit me. And then Tuesday, which was the Tuesday no jumper episode, that he did not appear. And while they were filming that, or while they were live, I'm tapped in, I'm watching, and they had some concerns about Aunt Hefe, and then they spoke on the situation. They aired it out. You know what I mean? Like, Adam was like, possibly he might be in jail. Let's check up on him. And they did a sheriff department's online website search and typed his name in, and he happened to be in there for some or I ain't gonna say allegations, for charges that we would never expect that Aunt Hefe would be charged for. You know what I mean? And when we got that, when I got a hold of that, I had a podcast at night with my boy Classic Live. That's 1K, 1S. That's with a K and an S, Classic Live. I was on that show. And when I was on that show, I gave my take on that because I guess my boy, he had no idea what was going on with the situation. So you find out that it was a DP that went wrong. You know, people that don't know what a DP that's out there in the audience, that's a discipline by your gang. You know, when you do something wrong and you got to be disciplined, they swell you up. Bing, 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 bing. You get those. So that went wrong. Left him unalive in the parking lot, and they said my man Ant Jefe was there at the scene. Now, from what I hear, that he had nothing to do with, putting hands on the man. He's just there. So that just makes him probably an accessory to the crime. And for them to bring him in is only one thing they want him to do, and that's what he's not going to do. That point right there. You know what I mean? They brought him in for, reasons of him just being around. We really don't know. That was just rumors that I was talking about at that time right there. You know what I mean? Just YouTube streets and rumors out there that get around that let you know what the real is. But I reported on that on Tuesday. That was a short that I did. And yeah, it was a lot of other false allegations that came out after that. Those false allegations, you had Seti Nash. He stepped out and he was quick to announce some bullshit. I'm gonna say it right there. He was quick to announce some bullshit, and it sounded like that was a whack 100 play, and it smells like whack 100 to me. When that happened, I seen that video that day Tuesday. Big U being Big U's son was unalived by Ant Jefe, and Sadie Nash was reporting on it. I'm like, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, this is too far. And then I don't know if it was him that stretched that story out, but he probably tagged on with it that it was the A Train Hoover's Day and he did the unalive in there. I'm like, man, come on, man. That don't even sound like Ant. You know what I'm saying? Like, not at all. That don't sound like Ant Jefe. He know where his mind is at today. He ain't no youngster no more. Um, and then you get these other allegations that he was having to be at a taco stand at 2 o'clock in the morning and got into it with the Pueblos. Man, that's deep. And I kind of almost fell into that story by thinking, okay, I know my nigga over there, he on the east side. But he had changed his location from we could tell by his videos that he was in a whole completely different house. But where he was at, Whack 100 leaked his address and all that. He was over there on the east side. And I'm thinking maybe he did probably slip out that night and go get some burritos. Because if I know Aunt Hefe, he doing his videos at 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning, posting them up, getting them out there early in in the algorithm. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's Aunt Hefe. Aunt Hefe right there on that point. Business. Let me handle this. Let me get my money. You know what I mean? And when he stepped over, when I thought that he stepped over in that way, what really was when I heard that story about the taco stand, him being probably possibly in that area, him going home that night and doing 3 videos, not just one. Everybody says that one video. It was 3 videos he did that night. You can tell by the same shirt he had on. The video he did with Jalise. Oh man, you could see everything in his eyes. He was telling a story by his eyes. Red eyes, watery, looked like he was crying for minutes. I ain't gonna say hours, but minutes. Thinking of everything that he has right now in the presence. That man, first of all, is a family man. Second of all, he's a businessman. He knows how to handle business. And he has businesses out there other than just being appearing on No Jumper. Solid guy all the way around. And I love to see the story of somebody making it out and proving yourself of worth out here in these YouTube streets. Now, all of these false allegations out here, I want to I want to really say that you guys should be ashamed of yourself. Not knowing the facts and putting it out there before you know the facts should be ashamed of yourself. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm gonna put the video up about all of these guys who put these false narratives up about my boy Ant Jefe. Free Ant Jefe. Prayers up. First of all, we're gonna start with Seti Nash because he came with a boomerang. And when I say that by boomerang, he out here talking about DPs and talking about the other side and kind of looked like he was kind of gloating in a way. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say where he from, but you know, if y'all connected on these YouTube streets, you know where he from and you know what his beef is. That didn't look right, Seti. Now, first of all, let's get to what Seti Nash had to say on that and break that down. Sorry, I'm over here live. You know what I'm saying? We might have to go old fashioned with the right click. What we got here? We got some
Who
sexy.
hangs with this dude, who considers him a homie or anything.
I'm just trying to get to the good part. Let's see.
For real.
Okay. Okay, so we got to where we got to get to. Let's jump back into this content.
With this. But I just got some breaking news, bruh. They
Shouts out to
saying
Trap
that
News Network.
allegedly, supposedly, Ant Jefe is the one who killed Big U's son, Baby Huey. Boy, if this is true, if he's the one who did that, who pulled that off, bruh, it's gonna be an ugly ass summer. Y'all stay the hell out of LA. Well, the feds is in there anyway, so it ain't gonna be too much.
You see this shit? You see these false allegations that's pushed out on my boy Ant? Not only that, his neighborhood. You push your shit out like that, bruh, you gonna get shit started. The streets gonna get hot from you by just saying and relinquishing bullshit out here in these YouTube streets. That's some bullshit right there, bro. Follow up on your facts before you come out here and think you can't push a narrative if you don't know it's real. You can't do that. Ain't nobody gonna believe you after this now. I was kind of having your word in a way, bro. I was like, I had your back. But when you, as soon as you said that, I'm like, nigga, you ain't from LA. You from Sacramento.
Shit going on, but after that World Cup shit, bro, it's gonna get uglier than ugly. I hope he didn't do that.
No, I don't think that that's true. I think that that's a rumor. I don't think that because it doesn't make sense for Young and Jefe to have done that and then turn around and then did a report on it. So I don't think
Right.
that's true at all. Because Young and
Nah.
Jefe covered that story, and you know what I'm saying, he was very adamant in showing his love and respect. So I don't think that that's true at all.
Rich Trapper,
Shit. I hope it
CNN.
was a dispute between him and somebody, and it's really self-defense, and you know he just ain't say nothing, and his lawyer gonna get him up out of there. But if he the one that off baby Huey, bruh, this shit gonna be bad. This gonna be bad, and I mean, this gonna be ugly.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Sadie Nash got that information from, but I don't think that that's true, and that's a pretty dangerous rumor to put on somebody.
Doesn't like Sadie
Right.
is up to no good with this video.
That shouts out to Rich Trapper, TNN. You know what I'm saying? Um, he right about that. That's a dangerous rumor to put out there, bro. You doing that to start a war. You know what I mean? That could be, like it's it's kind of like almost some peace in the streets in a way. It's working. The shit is working and networking through the fucking system right now. For you to say that is throwing monkey wrenches in what's going on right now, bro. Shut your ass up, nigga, and let that peace be at play.
As the caption originally read, Aunt Hefe's murder case put No Jumper in the worst spot it's ever been. But shortly after, I guess to spike the views, the caption was changed to Aunt Hefe's arrest got people asking what really happened to Big U's son. Are people really asking that? Or are you trying to connect dots? Or just throw something out there for YouTube content and purposes?
Right.
Now, first of all, I think that it's a very
I
bad.
think that that's a flu flam. I don't think that Young and Jefe has anything to do with that. But with that all being said, man, I'm gonna let y'all catch it on the next one. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Red dots and red. You
Man,
know the rest. We gone.
feel me? On a real note. Uh Sadie Nash, dude, I said it already, man. Get your facts straight before you get out and reporting on these motherfucking streets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Stay in tune to the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, touch down to real people, or I should say real members that know about what's going on out here. You fucking up, jumping to the gun. You're just like the other guy. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, speaking of the other guy, Flacco came with a take. You feel me? He came with a take. And Flacco narrative was like, this is what happened on Monday, and this is why Young and Jefe was crying on the video of Jalise. I should say Jalous. Um, that's another subject because Jalous, I don't know what she's doing, but we're gonna touch that one. I already spoke on my opinion on what Jalous Booty from No Jumper and 607 and King Yella and all that. I spoke on that Classic Live with a K1S. Go check that out. But I think Flacco, he had something to say on, I think this was Tuesday. The same day Sadie Nash probably released that, I released my video. Yeah, it was Tuesday. Let's tap into Flacco and this nigga. Oh man, we're going to have to go to the timestamp on this. Hold up, Flacco on some.
No Jumper host Young and Jefe was arrested last night on murder charges. Now, the situation and circumstance surrounding his murder has a lot of people torn on whether or not he deserved to be arrested.
Ant Jefe, the rapper and
This
co-host
is
of the No
this was
Jumper
reported on
podcast, has been
Wednesday by
arrested for
Flacco.
murder. Law enforcement sources have told TMZ that Ant Jefe was busted by LAPD's elite robbery homicide division and booked for felony murder. He's being held at the LAPD jail on a $1 million bond.
Stop this, and we about to get straight to the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the timestamps locked on this. Let's see. Uh-huh. Let's see what we got. Uh-huh. Nope. Uh-uh. We want to hear you speaking on the nonsense. This sounds like the nonsense right here. Uh, let's hear this false narrative from Flacco.
You are scared something will happen to you, but you don't want to be around certain groups of people, the street dudes, the street niggas, right? Because the street niggas as a black man is our biggest obstacle, right? Is our biggest obstacle, man, the street niggas. As black folks, we're creative, we mind our business, but there's a subsection of black people called street niggas where they don't know how to mind their business. So Young and Jefe is at the taco stand minding his business, trying to get some tacos, trying to eat. A Pablo Blood pull up. I think like.
Let's stop right there. That day that I seen that, I think that was Wednesday, might have been Tuesday, I don't know. As soon as he said the Pablo Bloods, that's disrespect to them. Because he disrespecting by saying their name wrong. He don't even know who the hell they are, and he's reporting on the story. As soon as I heard that, I was like, this is bullshit. He don't even know what the hell he's talking about. As soon as he said Pablo. I know about some Pablos, and it ain't no Pablos, nigga. They call Pueblos, bro. You don't know nothing about those Pueblo projects over there. That's over there up the side of the train tracks. You don't know nothing about that, bro. If you don't know nothing about it, don't speak on it. My granddaddy, he ain't part. My granddaddy house was part of that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? My dad, his girl, they weren't part of the Pueblos, but they was part of a hood that was in part of the bishops, them nine deuces. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I'm talking about when because I used to live over there. You know what I'm saying? I used to live on the other side, oh, right across the street on 92nd, where it was grapes on that side, Grape Street Crips. And then you go across the street, and it was the Nine Deuce Bishops. They part of them Pueblos, bro. He don't know what the fuck he talking about, first of all. But we gonna go ahead and go.
Into Pablo's from like 5-4 or 5 dudes, who knows, right? But the Pablo Blood pull up. Instantly, an altercation breaks out. He starts to bang on Young and Jefe. Where you from, Blood? And Jefe, I'm from A-Tray Gangsta Crib. Cool.
Now that's something we need to step into right there. That's another episode. Honestly, that's another episode. If he got word of that, somebody out there is speaking too much. And I kind of got a word of who the guy is. Um, Bandit something. I don't know. Bandit something. You about to get a beat. You about to get a DP, bro. Um, that was the word on the street that I heard. The dude that announced that information, And he not gonna say, Flacco not gonna say where he got the information from. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Flacco stole this information from another YouTuber who was low ranked and views and all that, and he spun the narrative before him. That's coming up later.
That should have been the end of it. Hey, you from Pablo's? I'm from A Trey Games the Crib. I'm here for some tacos. Let me go about my day. But no, back and forth kept happening. Now, young Ant Jefe did something that I think we should all do. Young Ant Jefe walks away, gets back into his car. Now, when young Ant Jefe gets back into his car, the Pablo Blood follows young Ant Jefe to his car. Now, here's the thing, okay?
Here's the thing. You're saying this like you know that it happened. The way you explain this story. Flacco, you need to take this video down. This is some real bullshit. Take it down. You look embarrassed. You look embarrassed. But we gonna finish it up, and yeah, let's see what he do.
When a gang member asks you where you from, that's dumb. Asking you to validate, right? You have a right to walk where you're currently at. Now, my rights to walk and freedom of passage is my natural rights, is my birthright. Okay, my natural right is freedom of passage and my freedoms. Okay, so I can walk anywhere I want to walk because that's my natural right as a human being. Right?
I get that.
Nobody has a right to tell me where I can't walk, right? So when a gang member asks me where I'm from, I'm not, man, yo, leave me alone, man, I.
You see what he just said? You see what he just did? He ain't doing that to no gang member. He not doing that. That's gonna be automatic disrespect. And I got to say, I actually got to say, I get his point. You know what I mean? Because I'm an old nigga. And I've always said, even in my younger age, for someone to ask me where I'm from and I know what they're asking me, you know, it's some gang shit. And I'm not involved with that shit. So I always see it as you trying to punk me. Call it what it is. Because I've been around the block more than 5 times. And probably more than that. But my point with that is I see that as disrespect just because you approaching somebody that you think is a gang member. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's disrespectful right there. And as a man like I am, and I know where you coming from, I don't want to have to do no explaining to where like I'm not a gang member, I'm bang, all that shit. And then you say something, ooh, and they get off. Like, I always see that as you disrespecting me, my personal space, me being a man. And I don't like none of that shit. I don't. But I get what he's saying. Let's get back into it.
I ain't saying none of that, bruh. But, you know, gang culture, that's the thing. So Ant Jefe answers it. Now, I guess when young Ant Jefe is going back to his car, the Pablo Blood probably feels like he got the best of the situation. And he wanted to get the best of Mo. So he follows young Ant Jefe to the car. Ant Jefe is in the car.
Do you hear this? This is bullshit. I want everybody out here, if you guys seen this video, I want you guys to know that this is some bullshit.
The Pablo Blood is still talking ish from the vehicle. F this, F this, F this. And when I say F this and F this, y'all know what I mean when I say F this and F this. I can't say it, right? Because you feel me? Again, I got Crip homies who I love, who, certain words I can't say, because if I say them words, P Nice will call my phone tripping. P Nice will check me if I say those words. Right? Rockstar will call my phone tripping. KK will call my phone tripping if I say certain words, right? So I respect the Crips, so I'm not going to say the words, but saying all of that. And
respecting nothing.
After a while, man, when I walk back to my car, I'm in my car, I'm trying to leave. You right here. Feel me? Like, I don't know what you reaching for. You yelling aggressively. And Young and Jefe just had enough, man.
Do you hear how this man is talking? He's talking like that was Ant Jefe at the taco stand. That shit ain't cool. And let's get into this part. After this, he put another video up. I don't even know what it was. If it was the same day, that's what I mean. Flacco put another video up, and he had the footage of the taco stand. You know what I mean? What happened at the taco stand? I'm pretty sure if it was people that's tapped in watching right now, you guys know that wasn't Ant Jefe. Period. You know what I'm saying? I think he know that by. And let's put this out there. There was another video. I can't remember exactly the point that he said it, but I gotta find that. But I did watch it. He said the video that he got from the taco stand, he got that from Whack 100. There's another source that Whack 100 knows. And I'll probably reveal that later on in the episode. Let's get back into what Frederick Gala got to say.
Just had enough. Pulled out the pistol, shot about 7 to 8 times. Bro got hit, bro died. And now we're here. Allegedly, because he's still fighting the case, he could be completely innocent. This could have all been a misunderstanding. So allegedly, people, allegedly.
How he cleaned that up later on in the video. He didn't say that early. Dude, say that shit before you make that video. Because it's going to be people out there that'll click off of your video before you said allegedly. It's a message for you, Flacco. Remember to say that shit before you say all that nonsense.
But allegedly, that's why Young and Jefe killed the dude from Pablo Bloods.
Let's go ahead and get you to some video from earlier. In this clip, you can see several bullet holes in a fence near the stand.
We all seen this.
The LAPD says the shooting was reported just before 2 in the morning near the intersection of Holmes and Slauson Avenues. As you mentioned earlier, there are a number of businesses in the area. Police say a man walked toward a car and there was some sort of an argument. Police say the man was then shot and the shooter took off in a car. It is unclear at this point what led up to the argument. The family of the man who was killed has identified him as 30-year-old Deshaun Coleman. They shared a photo of him with our team. Here was more from his family and reaction from a man who was working at the taco stand.
We don't know nothing. All we know, we need justice. He was a good person, a loving person. He took care of everybody.
We hear some people yelling like.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at this guy. I've seen this video numerous times. And this ain't funny because he was jelly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make fun of him gelling. But just the rewind gang up in here, bro. We gotta hear what that nigga really said. What the fuck did that nigga say?
All we know, we need justice. He was a good person, a loving person. He took care of everybody.
We hear some people yelling like yelling bad words, yelling bad words.
Where is the peanut butter? You got the gelling. Where's the peanut butter? I'm sorry, I don't mean it. Any of my brown brothers out there watching, man, I'm not. No disrespect to y'all, man, but if you motherfuckers is out there, y'all from the hood, you laughing just like me. Fuck all that.
Start fighting.
Did you hear the gunshots?
Yeah, I hear the gunshots. I hear like 7 gunshots, and that scares me. I didn't move. I was frozen, like no zero nerves.
It was
I didn't know
frozen.
what to do.
I'm sorry. If ICE ran up on that dude right there, they taking that dude up out of here. For the simple fact that he said, I was frozen. I didn't know what to do. I was just standing there. Bro, if you know anything about these streets up in LA, man, as soon as you hear something, pop, 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 as soon as you hear something like that, it don't matter if you're around the corner. You running and you getting to safety. He ain't been there long enough to know.
I didn't know if to run or to stay.
Jordan Guzman told me he has been working at the taco stand for several months and that this was the first time he has seen a shooting in the area. Again, at this hour, police are still looking for the shooter and they do not yet have a description of the suspect's car. Anyone with more information on this is asked to call the LAPD. We're live in downtown LA. Camilla Rambaldi, NBC 4 News.
Camilla, thank you.
Ant Jefe's bond is $1 million, 10%. He only needs 100,000. I think Ant Jefe has 100,000. Ant Jefe has a dispensary in town, so Ant Jefe makes money all type of ways. He should have 100. I'll be very shocked if Ant Jefe doesn't have $100,000 to pay his bond with. Now, if he don't has it, would Adam pay it? Now, I was watching the No Jumper show, and Spody Face.
First of all, Adam ain't gonna pay for shit. Adam don't care like that. He don't know Ant Jefe long enough to feel like he should do that. He didn't even do it for Brick Baby. What makes you think he gonna do it for Ant Jefe or anybody else that's on that podcast? He might do it for Lush, because Lush been around, and Lush is a little bit more closer to Adam than the rest. Because the rest of them is niggas. Adam don't care about them niggas. It's all content with him. He's gonna replace them just like Brick Baby. Ant Jefe replaced Brick Baby. You know what I'm saying? And you got Spotty Face. He replaced somebody. I don't know. Now his rhythm is off. The no jumper curse is alive, and nobody believes me on that. The no jumper curse is for real. Let's get back.
Asked Adam, like Adam needs to go ahead and bond out Ant Jefe. Now, do I think Adam is putting up $100,000 of his own money to bill out somebody? I don't think so at all. Now, Adam did bill out Brick Baby, but I think Brick Baby bond was like 5,000. Well, it was 10% is 5,000. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about this? All right.
Shut
Do y'all
up.
feel like what Ant Jefe did
As up. Period. I don't want to hear no more from you. Flacco was completely wrong on that tape. Completely wrong. Now, I'm gonna tell you why he was wrong. because there was another guy that came out with the story before Flacco. And this guy, I know, is tapped in with Whack 100. He's a low ranking YouTuber, but he's tapped in. He actually had a conversation with young Ant Jefe the night about an hour before Ant Jefe was crying. Um, do I got that? I might have that on the extras. Let's see. But yeah, Flacco stole that material from this guy named GTE Clips. GTE Clips. Um, I tapped in with DTE Clips before Flacco even put the story up. That day, I was thirsty for information about this story. I want to know what's really going on. And I run across this, and I run across that, and I run across that he had, like I said, he had a conversation an hour prior, before a half hour prior, before he made the Julie's video where his Aunt Hefe eyes was watering and red. Um, I might have to find. I don't know if I got that in there. I might have something. Yeah, I got something. We're gonna leave that for the end. Um, Flacco, you can't be stealing other people's material, especially when it's not true. This man came up with the story first, and I know that you stole his material because he made a video about you stealing his material. Now, I don't think that, look, DTE, honestly, he probably didn't steal your material. You guys, DTE Eclipse is a message to you. You guys work with the same guy, Whack 100. Whack 100 sent that shit to you first to see what he do. And you know what? You got some hits off of that. I looked at the rest of your material, low rank like mine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got views either. That's okay. I'm gonna pump it up in here and we gonna get it going. But that particular video you put out got like 5,000 hits overnight. I'm talking to you, DT Eclipse. When you put that up, bro, I know you was just I know you was following the hunch from the comments that you was getting, and this guy was tapped in with the Pueblos, and he mentioned that Aunt Hefe shouldn't be hanging around taco trucks. And then you had to look into it after that. You went to sleep. You was up late because when you talked to Aunt Hefe, it was like 1 in the morning. And then, you doing videos, you went to sleep. Your ass probably didn't wake up till about 2 o'clock in the daytime, bro. And then you got the news and then reported on it. You put it together. You tried to. You almost had me convinced when the timeline was set up on that Monday night. Because Aunt Hefe was known to be in that area because that's where he lived. I ain't gonna say that's where he lived, but he was pretty much on the east side because of stupid ass Whack 100 out there leaking his address. You know, those niggas out there, if y'all ain't tapped in, yeah, he was over there on the east side. The borderline of the east side. I say it like that. Those prior days before he got arrested, he had changed his location. You was tapped in with that. You was tapped in with it. TTE Clips, hit me, man. It's your boy OG Corn Dog. Let's holler. Let's chop it up together. Um, we go get to this right here to where Poetic Flacco got his source from, which is my nigga right here, DTE Clips. And I don't know exactly where you're talking about. I think it's like in the first 5 minutes of some good details. But let's get in this. Hold up. Yep. Like I'm saying, I'm over here working the bugs out. Come on now. We over here live. Oh, there we go. Well, goddamn. It's okay, peoples. I'll edit it later. Uh, uh, he got some. I'm hold up. Hold up.
All right.
Hold up.
So, a lot of people. I'm not claiming that I know what's
18.
going on. You're.
I went too far. Hold up, peoples.
I'm not claiming that I know what's going on.
Probably this music. I'm gonna have to tap that out.
All right.
You start talking.
So, a lot of people are in my comments saying that I'm putting this on Young Jefe. Let's get it correct. I'm not putting anything on anybody, right? I'm reporting the public information, right? So let's start there. Now, I just seen Seti Nash's video talking about how they're saying that this situation is connected to Big Huey. Okay.
Now, mind you, this video is a day after he dropped this. A day after, which was probably no. It was the same day, Tuesday. It was the day that Ant Jefe got locked up.
Maybe. I'm not in the hood, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? I don't claim to be in the hood. I don't claim to be tapped in like that. Well, I'm kind of tapped in. But what I'm trying to say is that
We all are.
I'm not claiming that I know what's going on. You hear what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all what people are telling me. Let's get it clear. Now,
Cut off that music, nigga.
I heard about, like I said, I just told you, I heard that they're now claiming that it has to do something with Big Huey, right? Now, what I'm gonna show y'all.
That's bullshit.
Kill the music.
Please.
What I'm gonna show y'all is why I don't believe it's connected to Big Huey, and why I believe it has something to do with what I'm telling you. And damn it, I got chicken and shit in the background. Turn the background music off. It's off, sir.
All right, I'll be back. Y'all tap in. I'll be right back.
So there's one thing, I know a lot of you guys were, speculative of the information that I got, right? Okay. I don't blame y'all, right? But there is something I want to show y'all. Okay? So let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on, y'all. Okay. My bad, y'all, because I didn't set up anything. So I just got right on here. Some of the comments are upsetting me a little bit. And I just want to show, hey, you know what I'm saying? A couple of things. Because y'all don't really respect that money might not be from Los Angeles, California, but I kind of tapped in. Y'all notice that this person right here is the same person from the content?
You heard what that man said? He kind of like not from Los Angeles, but he tapped in. Yeah, he is. Um, he got Whack 100 number. Every time he called Whack hang up on him. But I'm pretty sure this is where he got the footage from. Whack gave it to him first. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I know.
Hold on, y'all. So I got some unfortunate news to report to y'all.
Photo of him.
Did y'all notice that this is this person? Okay. So if y'all understand, right, who this person is, first,
For those that don't know, that's the guy that got unalived at the taco stand over there off of Slauson out in Holmes. But I could give you a better perspective. It's probably more like Slauson and the Green Line. I think the Green Line is down the street from there.
first, let's talk about whose page this is. Let's talk about whose page this is.
Uh-oh. What you talking
Now,
about?
I ain't tapped in all the way in LA
Uh-oh.
culture.
Look at that. Who that? Project Bo. Ooh. Huh. I know a Bo from that hood. Mm. Nah, he too young.
But from what I'm hearing, this guy is a prominent blood member. I don't want to put nothing extras on him from the Pueblos Bloods, right? You see whose picture he has in here?
Now earlier I said that Flacco was saying Pablo. If you don't know what hood or the history of the hood, don't speak on it. I know about them Pueblos, boy. Wait. They don't fuck around. That's real shit.
Do y'all see that picture? Do y'all see this picture right here? Do y'all see this picture? All
We
right,
looking,
so this is
nigga.
the video that I dropped on Demon
Right?
Time Exotics. Y'all make sure y'all go follow it. Now, I told y'all that
Here we go.
there were bloods. There were bloods in my comments joking and laughing about the situation, saying he shouldn't go to get tacos. Let me retract that blood statement. There were unknown persons in my comments making jokes about it, and I didn't comment on it. I didn't comment on it. But
Say it.
I found it crazy. Okay?
Now, I was tapped in. I was watching that cast live that he was talking about. There was some nigga in the comments that said, well, Aunt Jefe should be hanging out at taco stands. And that's what he said that. I think this dude done scrubbed it off the internet to where I can't find it. I'm not trying to find that. But this is as close as we can get.
Now, let's go here. Before we play this video, let's read what it says. Project Bro from the foe. Damn, little brother, I can't believe your little filthy ass just left like that. Blood, that's brazy on Peblos. Okay, I did spell it right. Many late nights like this, I'm gonna miss you, bro. You kept a ninja laughing. You was drunk as fuck this night. Me and Baby Wolf, yo ass in her shower. You was.
You hear them names? It's a no-go, bro. I know that man is reading that shit, but he ain't supposed to be reading that shit like that. Okay? Even though that dude sent that shit to him. You don't say names, bro. Oh, you say you tapped in. You really ain't tapped. You ain't never. Have you lived in L.A.? Because you know in some codes, and me, I'm a tuner, bro. Go look up the definition. But I know the codes, and he breaking codes right there.
Hot. I love you, blood. Get your rest, champion. Watch over yo, bro, gang. I'm sorry this shit happened to you, bro. Really one the bloodiest homies I had. Love you, blood.
Man,
Project Bandino 5-2.
did he just say that man's name? Do you guys know that he, by him doing that, and I need to tap into my niggas. I got niggas over there in that hood. By him saying that, he got consequences. He about to catch a DP. You know what I'm saying? For white people out there, that's called a discipline. Um, that's crazy. That's crazy. Honestly, like this nigga through his. You don't do that, bro. You gotta edit that shit out. That ain't cool. I don't like that.
Right. So this is bro page. Everything's been taken down. I don't know. Maybe he had some stuff. I don't know, but there's nothing here listed. I don't want to put his personal information out there. So as you can see, this is the right person. So, what I want to say is, from what I've been hearing, um, this Project Bo is an influential person, and this could start some real issues in the streets, from what I'm hearing.
Of course, you're putting out false narratives, and that's not cool. I don't appreciate none of that. Let's go. Let's skip a little ahead. See what we get into here. Hold up. Family speaks out. It was hold up. Hold up. Hmm. Let's just get up out of that. Um, I was here speaking on that shit. Fuck it. We out of here. Uh, that's where Flacco got that shit from. Now, all those false narratives that came from Sadie Nash and Flacco, we found out where the source is from. Um, we're gonna tap in to what explanations of why Sadie Nash. This is on the
Fit,
back on Fed collaboration with Flacco. And we got Flacco explaining why. I ain't gonna say why, but he didn't say where he got his source from. That's what I wanted to know. But we got T Rail confronting Flacco and Seti Nash on this part right here. And they got explaining to do. You know what I mean? Um Flacco um get rid of that video that you put up about the taco stand. Get rid of it. Get that, scrub it. Get it out of there. You don't need to have that up. It's you gonna mess your own algorithm up with that. Cause that's fake news. Like the orange man say, Mr. Pumpkinhead. Um, but yeah, we right here. We about what 14 seconds into what Flacco has to say about his explanation of what happened. Let's go here with his false narrative.
that was my first thoughts. You know what I'm
Wrong
saying?
place at the wrong time was your first thoughts. Why?
Wrong place at the wrong time because we're in the ghetto. You feel me? And from the stories that I'm hearing, the location that he was at, it's like if you if you're from where he's from, I feel what he's going through, and you know what I'm saying, and how he's grown doing content. He ain't really on stuff like that. He not, you know what I mean? He not really in the streets full 100%. So all that stuff doesn't really matter to you. But people that's full-time gangbangers, they don't give a about how you change your life or what you're going through and where you trying to elevate.
He said that so articulate and eloquent to it with the words because I really believe that. Like, they don't care about how you are right now. It's because it's all about them and how they feel where they are right now. I get you, T Rail. And believe me, bro, you my bro too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I know you as much as I watch you. Let's get
They
back.
don't give a so.
Wait, hold on. What story did you hear? Because I think that might have been the story before his family spoke and clarified.
This is a story about the taco stand, correct?
Did you hear that? He told on himself. He said, I think you heard about the story before the family came out and clarified. That means you out here pushing false narratives before you knew it was true. You admitted to it. You POS.
well, yeah, but then his family have clarified.
That
So yeah. Oh, got you. You first heard the story about the taco stand and you thought
yeah,
wrong
you
place, wrong
asking me
time.
what I first thought. So
Got
that's
you.
what
Sorry,
my
sorry, sorry,
first
sorry, sorry.
thoughts
Yeah,
about. He was in
yeah,
the wrong place at the wrong time,
yeah, yeah. Facts,
doing
facts, facts,
whatever
facts.
he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts. Yeah.
um, and then you know what I'm saying? Now you really interrupted me, so now you got to tell me about
No,
the
no, 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 no,
clarification
no.
that his family came into it.
No, 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 no. And then when the other story came out, and I'll get to my part, but I want you to fully, you feel me, like get out of the way. When the second story came out, what was your initial thoughts then?
Well, I haven't heard the second story, so that's I'm gonna go off of you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I only heard the taco stand story. When the
Yeah,
taco stand story came out, I said, "Oh, okay, cool.
yeah,
Maybe he can beat this. I mean, he has a bail. We
yeah,
have a bail. It's not murder,
yeah.
because murder you don't get a bail. So I'm thinking,
Mhm.
okay, maybe it was some folks he wasn't supposed to be with, or he was
That makes a lot of sense right there. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a bail, which means he might not have done it. Or, we got some other stuff we gonna get into later.
just with his homies, and maybe his homies made a dumb decision, and
Yeah,
he was with him. He was driving. He was maybe on camera or something, and he got picked up. He got arrested.
yeah,
That's all
That's what
bullshit.
I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? And somebody died in the midst of it.
yeah.
That's
So
all
Again,
bullshit.
you know what I'm saying? Him being in the wrong place at the wrong time, for me, I feel like you still can't go.
Honestly, with my ears to the street on that part, I heard, man, I don't even want to say what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was responsible because that ain't what you're supposed to do. But it was definitely not nobody on the west side. It was somebody on the east side, I'll say that. That's right there close to him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Anywhere in the ghetto. You feel me? Especially
yeah,
when you have a rep and you're reputable like Ant Jefe. You just can't do it when you got young hotheads out here.
yeah,
So
man.
that was my first initial thought of what happened and what was going on, man.
Nah. So okay. So my first thoughts, because I heard the same thing. My first thoughts was, oh, like I can't really blame him because we all would have done the exact same thing in that situation, no different down to a T. Listen, bro, as black men, we understand we got a certain level of aggression for each other. We can't explain why that aggression exists. It just exists. When I'm outside, I don't want to breathe on me. I don't want to ask me no questions, especially where you're from. Don't ask me that. I don't want to speak to you. I don't want to talk to you. I want to go about my day. So if I'm in a situation,
Get that.
right, where somebody is pressing me, yo, where you from, cut, and then walk up on my car, I'm blown. You know why, bro? And I feel like it's kind of unfair too because again, like we now know that this story does not apply to Young and Hefe, but at the time I thought, bruh,
You
like
know it now.
know that these crackers don't really see it how we see it, right? Like they don't really see this how we see this. So it's unfair. You know I'm on high alert. You know I'm paranoid. You walk up on me, you should pretty much expect, nigga, you either kill me or you die. It's like really that simple. We don't I don't want to talk to no when I'm out in public. I'm on high alert, right? I hate some of you. Like I despise some of you. So when I seen that, I'm like, what do they expect? Like just lay down and die?
You're right on that. But that wasn't Ant Jefe, dummy. And the people you speaking on, yeah, they saying and they feel the same way you feel. But that wasn't Ant Jefe. Alright? Get your facts straight. Touch down with the streets. So you know what's really going on. Fucking dummy. Now we don't want to hear no more of this dude right here. What we about to get into is probably Seti Nash explained himself. And I ain't gonna even lie. It do sound like T Rail was saying, like you trying to move the goalposts. You feel me? You switching it up. There's no real explanation in this. I heard this. And when I heard it, I'm like, I don't believe none of this. What are you talking around? What are you talking about? You talking in circles. There's a name for that. I forgot that name. But let's get into SETI and see what he's talking about, right? He gonna be tapped in here in a minute. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Oh yeah, 26. Oh yeah, T Real busts his eye. Yeah, right here. Now look, we got SETI Nash explaining why he put up the video about Ant Jefe unaliving Big U. This big dummy.
Have a problem with Sadie Nash doing that. Not the rest of the content that you did. The rest of the content that you did, okay, y'all did it. Even though you and Flacco did that content too fast, y'all brought it out. He had the taco stand, all the whole.
Right.
And that wasn't even true.
The blood said it first though.
But hey, it wasn't true. It wasn't true. But I just said I had a problem with Sadie Nash doing that. Why would he insert that clip
Me
when he
too.
already had enough information to do the reaction?
That's fine. Did you watch what I said, or you just reacted to the clip?
No, the Instagram clip that
The Instagram clip.
No.
Yeah.
But did you watch the full thing, or did you just only focus on what Hefe said?
I watched your full Instagram clip.
Okay. And what did my Instagram clip say?
You was like, I don't know if they did it, but still.
Okay. So, are you responsible for what you put out on the internet?
You are
Yeah.
responsible for what you put out on the internet.
Yeah.
So you are aware that if you pre-record, you can cut certain things out, right?
I'm definitely aware of that.
That's true.
That clip is over 9 months old. I debunked the whole entire thing on my YouTube. So
For people that don't know, he's talking about a clip that he had put out where Ant Jefe misspoke, and he was saying, "I gotta find that clip. Should have had that. My bad. I should be prepared for this type of stuff." But yeah, it was a clip out where Ant Jefe misspoke. He was talking about something that was going on, and he was like, "Oh yeah, the shooting I did the other night," and then he backtracked and he was like, "The shooting that happened the other night." You know what I'm saying? He made that sound like he did something. What at that time was like the Big U in the vicinity of the Big U son, Big Huey, getting unalive. You know what I mean? So let's go.
That part, even though he said it, let's understand. I take as trending. I never seen that clip before yesterday. So the things that's trending that I put up on there, the Seti Nash Instagram is nothing but news. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
If I react to it, I get paid. If I don't react to it, I don't get paid.
I said that.
Oh, so you took a clip from from something that you just seen and then reacted to it. And then
Correct.
when you reacted to it, then on YouTube, you debunked it because
Yeah.
you figured out that the clip was old.
The traffic of it all, it follows you back. I'm known as a YouTube person, not an Instagram person.
Yeah, so that's fine because you lying like I you though
Ah,
because
ah,
all
I nigga T-Rail, cuz I love that nigga. That's my nigga right there, boy. He gonna keep it real. That nigga said, you lying. I love that. Y'all niggas don't want to fuck with that nigga. He ain't cold. He know what he doing when he say shit like that.
it is you took that clip and then led back to your YouTube channel, which is genius. But don't act like you didn't do that.
I didn't say I did it,
Like, stop
but
playing.
see, if it's
Come
already
on.
out there, see, this is what I do, right? If it's already out there and I react to it, that's me reacting to what's already out there. Cats acting like they don't got bigger platforms on Instagram than me. It's not like that video did 1 million views. It's not like the video did this before he got arrested and then he got arrested. The cops already did their job. The investigators already did their job. They presented what they believed as facts to the DA. That's what got the man booked.
But your IG is powerful though, Seti, because I heard you about to get somebody DP'd like today at like 5 p.m. You feel me?
Because
We're getting DP. I think they talking about getting him DP.
reposted a clip of somebody saying something.
I heard you about to get a
Oh,
DP. You is
big bro. Yo, okay, y'all doing the most. And I probably said the name too because it was already said. What we covered earlier in this to the Pueblo. A name was mentioned. It's probably the same name that Seti's talking about right now. Yo, bro. Hey, man. That dude set you up, man. I think you set yourself up for that, bro. Fuck all that. Let's cut that out. You set yourself up. You probably already caught that DP by now. I believe that.
a cold for that, man. You reposted that is just trying to get for me his like followers up, man, and on IG. You go ahead and take the post that
Flacco,
has
let's
6 likes, nigga.
online right now. Let's have this out
The
online right
post
now.
has 6
There
likes,
are
and you took it
falsehoods. There are
and reposted it.
falsehoods. There are
Yeah.
lies, and then there are Flaccos. You're pulling a
Yeah.
Flacco right now. You know good as
Motherfucker said,
that
I never said there are lies and then there are floccos. There are lies and there are floccos. And then there are floccos. What the fuck is a flocco? What is that?
video existed no less than 7 hours before I posted it. And I
It has
purposely
6
knew
likes.
I
It
was
has
going to
6
do
likes.
that. I knew you was
Yeah.
going to do that. That's why your clip is first, Trapler Ross clip is first, and then his come out. So, no, if anybody
It has
responsible
6 likes,
is you.
Seti.
So, no, if anybody
It has
responsible,
6 likes.
you really want to see? Because I got to set that to my Instagram. I don't
Again,
look out for stuff like that.
Wait.
Flocko over here telling Seti that he got 6 likes off of that video. How many likes you got off of that, nigga? You probably got more dislikes 10 likes on that video, bro. And I'm positive about that. I'm more than positive about that, bro.
Wait,
Ceddy Nash full of. I see.
wait.
I see. I see what
I'm
you
a
was talking
content
about.
creator. Trapler Ross is a content creator. That's a hood part of content, and you life up.
So I'm
You is a cold
responsible for
nigga,
him
man.
hitting sin. I ain't lived on Crenshaw in I don't know how
That's
many years.
Slauson?
Right. I ain't gonna even lie, nigga. I ain't touched down and Kershaw and Slauson in about, I don't know, about over 10 years. I'm out the hood right now. You know what I'm saying? I done found my peace like the rest. But yeah, it ain't like I ain't going back to go visit because I got peoples there. You understand what I'm saying? So nigga ain't never scared to go. Don't get it twisted.
I ain't lived on Crenshaw in I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
So I'm not over there in the Pueblos telling them what to post and what not to post. They wouldn't listen to me anyway. I would hope not.
Oh, he
Pueblos
said
is
too
on the
much.
east
Hold on.
side.
So hold on. So
The
Ceddy
fuck you
Nash
talking about?
posted the from Peblos telling on Young and Jefe.
Not
No.
telling.
Flacco is doing a, you remember, there's lives.
You hear? Hey, watch out for T Real. That's my boy. But he'll spin a narrative on a motherfucker real quick. You heard what he just said. You know what I'm saying? You don't need you T Real, you shouldn't even push that. But I hear what you're trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? And with these two dudes at the bottom here, Flacco and and Seti, the narratives they pushing is gonna get some shit started in the streets. And I'm pretty sure that shit already been handled probably, the day before yesterday right now, to where ain't nothing like that going down. Like I said, I might have to make I might have to make a couple phone calls, bro. Uh, Holler at my peoples and see what's really going on over there and see if everything cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, your boy, hey, I got connections, believe it or not. Like I said, I might be a tuner. And if y'all niggas don't know what a tuner is, I ain't saying the niggas, because y'all know. Some all my white listeners out there. A tuner is a acronym for turned up non-affiliate. And I pretty much consider myself a turned up non-affiliate because I feel like, sometimes like I ain't the one if y'all come over here and try to bust my oar. Let's get back to the video.
Yeah.
There's made up stories, and then there's Flacco's. He's doing the Flacco's right there because he know good and well he got sent that way before I did, and that's part of the story that it was in his. So I get it. It's cool to try to
Now,
flip it.
but regardless though, even if I use it, that's on YouTube. You is Big City on Instagram. You posted that got him. Bro, man, boy, listen, man. I took that down. That fighting bullets. That is issuing tractions. He's blaming Flacco. That is trying to get out some shit right now, City. That
So
is.
when do I post like this? When do I post like this? Why would I put B
Look at
team
him.
and all this stuff in there?
You see what I'm saying? Look at that.
We know who Instagram that is.
You see what I'm saying? Look what he doing. He putting this man up. This is the guy that was earlier in the video that was speaking with DTE Clips and was hollering and giving him some false news. And he from that hood, trying to get clicks and likes. He about to catch a DP. I believe that. He a big motherfucker too. And yeah. He's still about to catch that. No matter how big you are, even on a one-on-one.
That posted it. He got way
Yeah.
more people in LA watching his shit than I
He's a
do.
blood too who posts that too, though. Right? Again, no.
Look,
And a blood post that. That's
So
the
that's
21
who
podcast.
told. That's who told on Young Anfe. I
So if
just
you watch
We
my
insane
video, right?
tell.
you hear what I'm talking about? What T-Rail say? That's the one told on young and Jefe as if he did the crime. None of this shit cool. Hey, T-Rail, I love you, bro, but you can't say shit like that, all right?
Flacco first, and then Buddy come up. Huh. Okay. So you already, as far as my Instagram story knows, you confirmed it, and Buddy confirmed it based off what you said. So it's your fault.
I'm gonna be real though.
No, you're not
Nah,
gonna be real.
I'll be
You're
real
finna-
though, cause Buddy was talking a little. I'll be real, bruh. All right, right. I'll be real, bruh. Cause if you look at the first video, right, cause he came back probably like 3 hours later with the. He came back probably like 3 hours later with the. He came back, man. The hoodie say nothing, man. I'm talking cool, but the first video he dropped that said nothing about Flacco, nothing. That video was also alluding to it. Now
Oh no,
again,
I never knew about what you just said. So you just
yeah,
admitted somebody else knew. Keep going.
Right.
yeah.
Right there. We got a little glitch going, but this conversation is getting pretty interesting. Like, I watched this video earlier, but it's getting it's getting deep. Like, I wanted to stop this earlier to get into some other shit, but it's getting kind of juicy right here. Hold up.
No. But hey, bro, I'll f with you, bro. Blame it on me, my. All right. Do not touch my. Blame it on me, cause I f with you, big bro. You feel me? Right?
Uh-oh. We're glitching
Dog.
out.
Cause bro, happening like bro. That some right now, man. That shit crazy. Wait, but bro, wait.
Let me tell you something.
Wait
Ain't
though.
no Pueblos ever tapped in with Seti Nash ever. That ain't a thing.
Okay, cool.
Never.
All right, cool,
That's never
man.
happened.
Now,
They
All
but
ain't
right.
people
tapping
were
in
also
with me.
mad at you though for even saying Baby Yui's name.
So
I'm like,
Mm.
yeah.
So if
I
you
don't
go
think
on
you said it that way.
Instagram,
Seti Nash, bro, you are crazy, bro. You are in so.
Daddy, why would you do that? Knowing that there is an open case on one of your big homies, and then you speak on one of your little homies that you don't know. You don't know none. You don't know niggas like that. You out there up north. You ain't out here in the grounds, the proving ground. But man, for you to throw that information out like that, that's false. I can't respect you, man. Honestly, man, I can't. I can't. I'm looking for the facts. I know you following the trends, what's out there, what you see, you reacting from the trends. Don't react off that shit if it's bullshit. I ain't watched none of the other shit where you probably debunk that fact that Ant Jefe misspoke. That shit killing me right there, bro. I don't like how they did that, and you kind of got a point right there. Like, why would you unedit that or do it over, edit it? You got, yeah. You misspoke. You said some shit. They twisting your words. And Hefe has a tendency to misspeak in some ways, and has its own vocabulary like E40 and can be taken in the wrong direction. But SETI, you over here, you acting like an op, bro. You acting like an op. You acting like an op, and you not from the land. As if that was your real enemy. That's not your enemy. You far away from here. Yo, descendants of your neighborhood, that's their enemy. I get it. The enemy of my friend is my enemy. I get it. But you don't hold enough of that in your heart to say that's your enemy. Don't act like it's your enemy. You feel me? Let's get back. Hold up. It's getting juicy.
So much shit, dog.
So
Did you see the clip where
if
you
you
said
go to the Instagram post that Wack posted of me with the Jefe video, before my video ever dropped, there's a South Central News that everybody follows that said, "Hey, I spoke with the family. They said Ant Jefe did this." Now in my video, once again,
Which family?
huh?
Wait, hold on. Like, which family they spoke to?
Just go to my Instagram and you'll see it. It's in the stories because I've 1,000,000%
She's
debunked
selling
To
everything
Big
that.
U's
herself.
family or to F family?
but
Whomever,
why
I
when
don't
you
know.
why when you post stuff you always gotta say somebody posted it before you? Is that your justification for you posting it?
So
Because people
most of the
still hold you
breaking
for to
stories that
another
come out,
standard.
most of the breaking stories that come out, it comes from people who are actually there or around that. And then people who have followings, they go off of what they say. And about, I want to say 65% of the time, they're actually right, the smaller ones. So a lot of my breaking stories have come from people just posting certain and then me going, it's what I heard right here. And then boom, it ends up happening to be true.
Yeah, but I'm saying your
Hmm.
justification for posting it when people have a problem with you posting news is I didn't post it. I'm just reacting off what this is posted.
Yeah, so
And
get mad at
that's
the
your
person who said.
justification.
There it is there. That's his whole excuse. His whole excuse is, oh, I'm just reacting off of what this guy posted up, and probably that guy is a much smaller YouTube monetized person, and you just get off and like, yo, run off of this. It's the YouTube game. That's what happens in YouTube streets. Yo, we got that done. That's the explanation. What we got next here? Oh, now we gonna get to the meat and potatoes of why my boy Ant Jefe is in there. Here's this is a video by Twaco where he comes out with the facts. Okay, we already covered that he has some illicit facts going on, but now he's touching down with the real facts, and this is the true update on what's happening right now with my boy Ant Jefe. Let's get into it. Uh, yeah, what's happening with yeah, the true facts of what's happening with Ant Jefe right now. You know what I mean?
Young
He
and
had
Hefe has officially been charged of murder, and he's unbelievably cooked. Beyond cooked. after the new details in court today. I don't see
It's,
how young Ant Jefe beats this case.
and you see, and kind of get it from his perspective because I did watch the video, but if this is the case, Flacco might have a point because prior to Ant Jefe getting arrested, there was 3 priors that was arrested before him. He was the last one to come in. And what Flacco is speaking on is that 2 of these guys might have went home.
False snitching. It's officially been confirmed by court documents and TMZ that Ant is officially being charged with the murder of one of his big homies. Now, the big homie name is Carl Terrell. We know that he was murdered on January 31st, 2026.
We go Flacco with names again, posting it up. Flacco, you gotta stay out of this part. You don't have to do that. You can say, clean it up and be like, we got somebody with the initials of CT, and then put CT instead of Carl Terrell Welch. You got all this up in here, man. That's doing too much, bro. I'm sorry.
He was born October 26, 1974. He died January 31st, 2026, obviously, as we just said. But here's what's really concerning, and here's how you know that he didn't die on good terms with his gang, or if he did die on good terms with his gang, then it's shame on that gang. Because he died January 31st, 2026. His funeral service wasn't until March 20th. So it took a month and 20 days. It took about 50 days for.
Man, Flacco out here making them look bad in that part. But there was a DP going down. Rest in peace to that man, because he wasn't young. Rest in peace to that man for that. But there's no true meat and potatoes to what he really did. That sound more like that don't sound like no foul shit, like foul hood shit, like where niggas get disciplined on street level type shit. That do sound like some upper echelon shit from the age, and he was robbed. That part. That don't sound good. But just being there don't make you guilty of anything.
Them to be able to raise enough funds to bury him and send him off proper. Now, if he's from A-Tray, if he is a gang member who is in cahoots with the gang, he's an OG over there, why didn't they come together and send him off properly? Well, that will probably play into the story. Because the story is that they were disciplining him, right? They were DPing him and they ended up murdering him. For y'all who are gainfully employed and don't really speak Iganese,
sorry, Flacco. I explained that early in the broadcast. You ain't got to say it, but go ahead.
let me help you out. A DP is when gang members discipline other gang members. So, for example, if you are a gang member and you act up or you do something that other gang members don't like, well, you show up so those other grown men can give you a spanking. It's weird, it's stupid, it's dumb, right? Again, as far as I'm concerned, any grown man showing up for other grown men to give him a spanking, you are weird too, to be honest, right? Now,
That's not weird. That's hard. You ain't got no heart at all to step up like that. You ain't been in the field. You ain't been around the block, bro. You only been around the block once, probably. Who knows?
Now, you don't even have to do anything wrong, to be honest. These gang members have a fetish. They have a weird obsession with giving spankings to other grown men. I know dudes who got DP for being on a podcast. Like, that's how weird these gang members are. They would put hands and feet on you simply because they feel like they have the numbers or like because they want to. I judge the weirdos who actually pull up and get DP. Like that's who I judge. Now, again, an A-Trade not putting money up for his funeral, to me, is just dumb. If I'm somebody and I know I'm responsible for that man dying, just to get the police off my tail, man, I'm coming together. I'm raising money. Bro, I'm putting my life savings into this funeral, man. I'm going to be upfront giving a speech at the funeral so they don't suspect me at all. But apparently that...
Now, that part right there, I kind of agree on the part to where they touch you much too much. It's a DP. You don't go that hard on the DP. You don't do that. Um, as a fellow member of your society, you don't do that. You guys probably went too far. Whoever did it went too far. And that part I don't respect. You know what I mean? I don't. I don't respect that part. Um, let's get back into losing weight, Frederick.
wasn't done, which was, again, odd. How an OG from the hood don't get no support for the funeral. I was pretty shocked that as of now, Young and Jefe has only one co-defendant. That might change. I heard multiple A-Trades got picked up yesterday.
People of the state of California plaintiff type, huh? Deputy District Attorney, Attorney of the People of the State of California, Deputy District Attorney, Lord. Hillary, Howery, Harris, Attorney for the People of the State of California, Deputy District Attorney, Johnny Gray defendant. Johnny Gray sound like he ain't got nothing. It sound like Aunt Hefe, it sound like you need to get a real attorney. Johnny don't sound like he ain't doing nothing. I hope he do something funny, bro.
Today, but as of now, this morning, he has one co-defendant, and that co-defendant name is Johnny Gray. Now, here's why this is very important. And if we don't get some new co-defendants pretty fast...
Heard that? Did you hear that? Co-defendant. Where's the rest? When it comes to DPs, disciplines, there's three. Ain't no two. There's no one. It's three. Two. Two? Mm. It sounds like that. Really, honestly, yeah. The DP is two or more. Honestly, we gotta say it. A gang DP is two or more. But there's always somebody sitting on the side watching, speculating the discipline. It's just not two. Somebody's there to watch. Something's wrong here. Flacco, are you reporting more fake news? Let's go.
Is going to look pretty grim for young Ant Jefe unless he starts to tell, because that's the only way out of this. And the reason why that's important is because we were told that this was a DP gone wrong, that multiple A-Trade members beat up this dude, he died. Now, it's also consistent with what we were told yesterday, whereas multiple A-Trades got picked up. But if only 2 people have been charged so far, young Ant Jefe and this dude called Johnny Gray, then that kind of like contradicts the story we were told, which is multiple people were there. They was DPing this dude. Young Ant Jefe didn't touch this dude. Young Ant Jefe was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, bruh. Right? He was just there. He didn't do anything. Well, if young Ant Jefe and one other person has been charged, then it's almost impossible to say young Ant Jefe didn't put hands on this dude, because a DP happens with more than one person. There's never been a
Said that. I just said that. Of course it does. That's a code. But if it's just him and some other dude, and it happened in a parking lot, what parking lot did this happen in? Did it happen in a apartment parking lot? Did it happen in a pull-up parking lot? And you know what I'm saying? Like pull-up parking lots is like, you pull up at the motherfucking shopping center or shopping mall or little shopping corner and shit go down right there. Like, if it's 2 people, man, I have to agree, man. That ain't looking good for my boy Ant Jefe. That's not looking good. That's not looking good unless my nigga pulled up and it was disciplined by one, some big ass nigga that just went ham on him. When it comes to disciplines, and it was just 2 people involved, and he's one of the other 2, honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that shit don't look good at all. And I'm not liking the way that sounds. I'm sorry.
DP in the history of Earth where it's only one person. A DP usually includes multiple people. And if multiple people would have been charged, then yeah, young Ant Jefe was probably to the side watching as they DP this dude. It went wrong. He hopped in his car and left. He did nothing wrong. But
That's
in
what I
this
believe.
case, if it's only young Ant Jefe and one co-defendant, then it's hard to imagine that young Ant Jefe was not a part of the DP. That's very hard to imagine if he only has one.
You hear that, people? You said what I just said, and yeah, that's very hard to unimagine that if it was 2 or more, it don't go down like that. It don't. It don't go down like that. And anybody out there watching, you already know, nigga, it don't go down like that. You know that. So this shit don't sound good. My boy Ant Jefe, and I'm over here looking and trying to stay positive for my boy to come up out of this. Prayers up, Ant Jefe.
Co-defendant, because a DP usually involves a 2-on-1. Now, this man was 50 plus years old and they was DPing him. Do you understand how evil you got to be to DP a senior citizen? He's 50 plus years old. What is wrong with you guys? Now, if
That,
Young and Hefe truly did nothing wrong and he truly was not involved and didn't put hands on this man, you know what that means, man.
you know what? He trying to make a point right there. He's 51, a senior citizen. He put hands on. But there's some niggas out there that's over 50, like myself, that niggas be like, hold up. Hold up. Yeah, he was like one of them ones. He made it that far. Think about that shit. He wasn't no buster. The nigga showed up. Fuck you talking about, Flacco?
You got to start talking. You got to start telling them folks who exactly was a part of the DP. Because a DP doesn't include one-on-one. A DP is two-on-one. So if you was not a part of the DP and you only have one co-defendant, okay, we know he was a part of the DP. Who else? That's a decision that Young and Hefe got to start making, man. Because
But my boy, Classic. At Classic Live Podcast, that's for the K1S. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Pacific time. But I covered that point right there you was making. And that's deep. Let's I might have to go back. Let's go back. I'm sorry, replay gang.
we know he was a part of the DP. Who else? That's a decision that Young and Hefe got to start making, man. Because right now, how it's looking,
That decision. What I was covering on my boy Classic Live channel, 1K, K1S. When I was over there, I said, yo, my boy have a real choice in life right now. That is a true decision that God has given him. He got this right here. The balance of the scales. 6-7. On this side, you got, I ain't gonna say nothing, and I'm I'm gonna accept all these years as an accessory to the fact. And then you got, I'm a snitch and tell what really happened and don't destroy my life. And as a gangster, that choice goes by of your maturity in life. How mature you are. What type of decisions you gonna make in life to be going on. Or you do what they want you to do is to keep it real. Stick to the G code. And then that shit turns out to be when keeping it real goes wrong. And you in there in the bathroom. When I say the bathroom, I mean like, that's how big your house is for the rest of the sentence that they gave you, which is not cool. And there's a lot of people out here in life that will look at those scales and be like, shit, I'm making this decision. Probably because they don't come from that life. By him coming from that life, that lifestyle, he's going to have to keep it G, which means he ain't saying nothing. Which means we ain't going to be seeing Ant Jefe for a long ass time.
To set yourself free, you gotta set the tongue free, man. You gotta tell it. According to court documents and TMZ, Ant Jefe's victim is Carl Welch, which we already talked about. But they says that Carl Welch apparently was murdered by Ant Jefe, and he died of blunt force trauma in a parking lot. I'll be real. Like, did y'all get the Avengers to DP this man? Like, what type of time y'all on, bro? This is a 54-year-old man, 56-year-old man, 50-year-old man.
Flacco, you don't know about these 55s or 50-year-olds that's out there in them streets. The hoop niggas is one of the coldest ones. I'm one of them, to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna say I'm from the streets, but thinking like I said, I done split the block numerous times. And I'm with that shit. The same code. You know what I'm saying? I'll bounce your ass up for saying something, Flacco. If you was in my presence, you said something stupid. What the fuck you say? And then you'll try to clean it up, and then you get the boom back beam. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got time to grab that what you got. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you got that CCW. But Flacco, bro, you need to calm down a little bit. I like your content. I just don't like how the manner you speak on some of the things on the West Coast. When you speak on it, it's out of disrespect with mockery. And we don't need that shit, bro. Because you wouldn't do that mockery in front of a motherfucker in LA. You know you would. You know that. So don't do it on the internet. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all got the Avengers to DP hit. You couldn't get some old homies to do it. Like, you couldn't get, I don't know, bro, like some homies around his age to pull up, 2 or 3 deep and DP him. Y'all brought the hit squad to DP a 50-plus-year-old man. Nah, this is cold, bro. This is cold, man. Now, prosecutors filed legal documents formally charging Jefe, whose real name is Maurice Shellman. Where do you get Maurice from and Jefe from? And another man named Johnny Gray with Welch's murder. Again, only 2 people have been charged so far. Ant Jefe and Johnny Gray. So this narrative that this was a DP by multiple people and Jefe was just
Prosecutors filed legal documents formally charging Jefe, real name Maurice Shellman, and another man named Johnny Gray with Welch's murder. And the LA County Medical Examiner listed the cause of death and a few other details on their site. Hmm. So, whatever parking lot they was in, they got video? Because I'm telling you, man, you can't get away with crimes these days. Everything is on video. Even if somebody's not recording, it's on video. You ain't hiding from that. That might be some key evidence right there.
they're watching. I don't know how this is going to hold up in court, homie. Right? And the LA County Medical Examiner listed the cause of death and a few other details on their own site. We'll get there shortly. Prosecutors alleged the crime went down on or about January 31st of this year, and they also listed a series of previous charges for which Ant Jefe was arrested, including robbery.
January 31st. Oh, that's my daughter's birthday. That day I was celebrating my daughter's birthday, and he's trying to tell me my boy, my nigga, gangsters, did that. That nigga head space wasn't like that at that time. For him to do some shit like that. Feel me? That's how I feel.
Now, also too, by the way, this dude car was robbed. Now, I didn't see them get officially charged with robbery, so I
He
don't know.
over here
But
on some extras.
according to details, stuff was taken from the victim's car. Now, I don't know why the victim will voluntarily pull up to get DP'd, but he did apparently, and they killed him and then robbed him. This is from the medical examiner website, and it reads the case number, and it also says the Los Angeles County is reporting the death of a 51-year-old black male that occurred in the parking lot. Again, why is a 51-year-old being DP'd in the parking lot? The coroner's office identified the man as Carl Welch. Manner of death is homicide. Cause of death is blunt force trauma. Rest in peace, Carl Welch. Formal pronouncement of death was made on Saturday. Ant Jefe and Johnny Gray is being charged with first-degree murder. First-degree murder means this was premeditated, right? Now, this is not a situation where he pulled up and volunteered for a fight and they are DPing him and then he gets murdered. I feel like in that case, wouldn't that be like
This nigga said first degree? Premeditated? I don't think so. I don't believe none of that. Nah. It's a DP.
second degree or maybe third degree, right? Where the murder was not intentional. This was something that was supposed supposed to be a fight. But if they're charging with first degree premeditated, they have enough information to believe that the murder was the intention, like of the DP. That this DP, like the actual intention was to actually murder him. That this was planned beforehand. And if they got proof, because I can almost promise you, man, once they started to connect the dots, phones probably got tapped, Instagrams probably got tapped, wires is probably tapped. They probably have a lot of information, probably got confessions. They probably got a lot. Now, regardless of all the information that has came out against Ant Jefe,
Hey, look. I want y'all to see right here, right there. You see that? Let me back this motherfucker up. Hold up, this a real nigga right here, and that's a tuna. That's a tuna. Watch this.
Instagrams probably got tapped. Wires is probably tapped. They probably have a lot of information, probably got confessions. They probably got a lot. Now, regardless of all the information.
First of all, that man right there in the light blue, sky blue, blue hat and white, blue shoes, almighty suspect from No Jumper, getting up. This is his last podcast that he will be doing from No Jumper. He's going to do a 4-year, 8-month bid. Some shit he did on his own. Bad decisions, bad choices in life. That's why he's going down. But he keeping it OG. That's why I pause this. Because I think this is the part, because I've seen this. This is where I think Lunch gets a conversation from somebody from the streets that Ant Jefe know. And you know what the proper thing to do is to get up and he's not even affiliated. My man is a tuna like me. Almighty suspect is a tuna, but he keep it real like me. I love that part. That's cold. Because they get to speaking on some shit, you excuse yourself from the room. If you come from that cut, you know what to do. It's codes in this shit. Look and watch.
Has came out against Ant Jefe. No Jumper host Lush One was on a No Jumper news today, and they were talking about this. And Lush One stated that he knows for a fact, for 150,000% fact, that young Ant Jefe is innocent and he did not do it. So, hey, I don't know how Lush knows this. I don't know how Lush knows that Ant Jefe is 120,000% innocent. He has not presented his receipts or his.
Only reason why Lush is speaking like that before we even get to hear what he got to say, if he did put it out there, is because the same people that contacted Poetic Flacco contacted Lush. Same people. He know he's sitting there on some bullshit, talking that shit. Flacco, you gotta keep it 100. Don't lie. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You know, nigga.
Facts, was he there? I don't know. But Lush One has said young Ant Jefe is innocent and let him explain it.
I do know that Slauson and Town or whatever, like that. Yeah, but that is 77th. That is literally right there. That's like within 20 blocks of that.
Okay.
Because that's like 57th to 70. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
like it's literally right there. But
I want to say it. He probably gonna say.
I don't know. There's been so many narratives that people are pushing.
Wait, that was 77?
Yeah. So the police station that wound up arresting him.
Oh, okay, got it.
Is 77th Division.
Wherever that shit happened over there at the taco stand, it's out of the district of 77. That's where you catch that other part over there, and you get locked up over there off of Imperial. Mm-hmm. That I ain't never been in there. That's a Linwood shit. That's where you going. You ain't going no 77.
However, important to note that 77th Division handles the majority of homicides in South LA.
Okay.
So
So it could line
And
up.
also, we don't know if it's actually a murder or a robbery. It's just we know that that's the division that picked him up.
Correct.
Yeah.
We don't know, but I know that I'm.
Let's back it up. Lush said, I know. What you talking about, Lush? What you talking about, Lush? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm going back. I gotta go back.
Fairly certain or 100% certain it's not just a robbery. I believe this is what I believe he is being accused of, and he didn't do it. And I actually like no funny. This isn't even me like defending it. Like I actually know he didn't do it for real. But
Does he have an alibi?
Whoa. Lush is out here like, I know he didn't do it. How you know, Lush? You be in MacArthur and MacArthur Park like with the rest of us here doing all that zombie shit, bro. Cut it out, cousin.
um I think that's like I don't know anything like as far as all that goes, but I just know he didn't do it. But what I believe he's being accused of is accessory. I don't.
Yeah, I feel like he was in the presence of something that happened, and they're trying to kind of twist his arm to, maybe try to get information, or throw the book at him, be like, "You're gonna go down if you don't," you know what I'm saying? If nobody else goes down, or all of these guys are gonna go
They're
down.
gonna charge him with something.
And plus, that's a high-profile arrest for them to make, regardless.
Yeah, TMZ's reporting about it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not only is like, I think people are like, I think a lot of people because we're like.
Yeah. Let's stop right there. TMZ. My nigga Ant Jefe from out of the hood made PMZ. There's not too many motherfuckers that's from hoods in LA that made TMZ. I think he might be the only one. Besides Chucky Williams. The fuck? That's crazy.
We see this fool all the time, and he's just the homie that we lose perspective on him, and we lose perspective on each other. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we all might be.
Nah, Ant's a trophy out here for.
Here's how I believe this is gonna happen. Now, do I think that Ant Jefe is 1,100% innocent? I'll be real. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all, bro. I don't know. I don't know if he's 100% innocent. Okay. Yo, there's an actual dead victim here. So
You know what?
Again, I gotta be very careful with my words. I don't know.
You
I
know
hope
what?
he is. Now,
I don't want to
I
hear
think this is gonna
nothing
play
else
out.
you
Here's
gotta
how I
say,
think
bro.
this is
Shut
gonna work.
Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. We don't even want to hear your closing, man, because you gave your beginning. All right. We got into it. The breakdown. The allegations. The explanations. The conclusion of why my boy is really there. Flacco claiming that there's now just two co-defendants, which is Ant Jefe and this other guy, which makes it seem that as if they were the only ones at the scene to witness or do the crime. A two without a one watching? No, that's not political when it comes to the street politics. No, it's always going to be a witness. It's not going to be one, it's going to be two or more. And a witness. Not a witness, just, somewhere to oversee what's going on. I get that part, the overseeing. Maybe that might be the part where they catch him. I don't know. We don't know. We need paperwork. We need to really get into this case and follow and understand why that the police, not the feds, the police came after my boy. I want him to beat this case. My boy showed so much positivity out here in this world and was a a, a true example for motherfuckers that live in the hood to follow the footsteps and get it a different way. He showed that example. That's a prime example, and that's a positive example. And that should show up in court right there. I don't like none of this that's going on. Hopefully, my boy can come up out of this in some kind of way. Prayers up for him. I love him. Now, since we got a Flacco, we're gonna keep this going. We up in this motherfucker. Fuck what y'all talking about. I don't know how long I've been on. It's probably been about 3 hours. But we gonna end this one. Wait a minute, we gonna end this one with some extras. Now, I got a clip. I got a clip of DTE. Let's go. DTE clips. This is a guy that broke the He broke the story on the taco stand, but he was wrong. Flacco followed up on that story by accepting footage from the taco stand from Whack 100. And I'm positive that both of these guys got that footage from Whack 100 because they in contact with him. I'm going to say this, that, people like, well, why would this low rank YouTube guy have Whack 100 number? That's because everybody got Whack 100 number. If I wanted to, I could get Whack 100 right now. I can make a phone call and be like, bro, fuck that. Give me Whack 100 number right now. I can do that right now live. Um, we're gonna tap in. We're gonna end it with this. We got a DTE, and he had a conversation with Ant Jefe, maybe I don't know, 25 minutes before he made that video with Jalise, and his eyes were watering, was red, he was crying. He was tapped in with him, and they would talk in the middle of the night because I know Ant Jefe would make his videos between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning so they can meet that algorithm at 6 to be the first to be seen. That's what he did. He learned that shit. Um, let's get to my point. And hey, hold up. I probably already spoke to you earlier. DTE clips, bro. Take all that shit down from that taco stand, bro. I don't care how many hits you got off of that. Take that down. That shit's disrespectful. I'm about to play one of your videos right here that, there is another video that where he got, more deeper into, speaking with Ant Jefe prior. But fuck it, let's get into this shit. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Shit. What we got here? We got DTE clips. Oh man, I'm going. Hold on, let's go to the beginning.
And we're back with another live.
Here we go. Here we go, folks. This is what happens when you late night live and got a drink in your hand. Hold up, bro. Just a cinder.
This is one I wish I didn't have to do, you know. Because young Ant Jefe,
okay,
he a real one. Hold on, let me clean a couple things up around here. I just woke up. I just woke up to the news that young Ant Jefe was locked up last night or today.
Mind you, people, this was on Tuesday. He talked to him. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go back. Monday morning. That's when he talked to him. Who knows how long he would sleep to find out the information about what happened to him when he went to sleep, because he was in the morning talking to him.
I don't got no jokes for this one.
About 4 minutes. I'll be right back, folks.
It's crazy.
Let it play.
Because I talked to Young and Hefe last night for about an hour, you know. And it's crazy because it's like this is the second time this has happened. I was talking to Loose Cannon before he got locked up, right? So we're gonna get into all this. We're gonna tap in with No Jumper and see what they're talking about. Yeah. I'm just kind of like, yeah, man, I hate that. And it's crazy because I was telling Young and Hefe, like, bro, I just feel encouraged, man, because I just beat this DWI case. And I just feel like I got an opportunity to still start over, you know. And I could just,
They still
I
bullshitting.
could tell that was something was bothering him, right?
All right.
I knew something was bothering him. And, you know, he expressed some of the stuff that he was dealing with at the time that I won't
Let's get back to it.
tell y'all the details of because that ain't the point of this. My point is this, like, while y'all have a chance to do something positive, that's really what we should be focusing on. All right, cut the music.
That part.
So, I'm talking to Young and Hefe last night, man. I hit him up. I think I hit him up, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, which is crazy, right? Hold on, I gotta fix this live. So I'm talking to Young and Hefe, man, and you know I'm expressing some things that I'm stressed out about. You know what I mean? And really, I called to check his temperature. It's crazy, right? But I knew that Young and Hefe, he was a lot like me. You know what I'm saying? I know I look crazy. I just woke up. I just heard about this. And I just thought it was crazy. I'm like, damn, I literally just talked to bro for an hour last night. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Oh, 28 minutes. I'm capping. So I talked to bro last night for 28 minutes, right? And the phone call it ended abruptly. I was like, you know, Wack, when I talk to Wack always hang up on me. Shout out to Nisi Pie. What's going on?
See?
Share the live.
See?
Appreciate you being here. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I told you. I told you.
You know, when I talk to Wack 100, he always hangs up the phone. Like, he just hangs up, just disconnects. So, but that ain't how Young and Hefe do it. So I was kind of like, he was just like, hold on. I hung up. And it was just crazy, the conversation we were having. And I don't know if I brung it up because that's how I am really feeling. Like, I'm feeling blessed to be able to be in a position to where it's like I can still, you know, be out here and create some shit. And it's crazy that was my conversation. Because I had no idea he had any type of anything going on, right? So I hit him up, and I'm like, hey, bro, you on some weird shit? and I'm not laughing at his situation. I'm laughing at our interaction. Because, hold on, let me turn this down. Because Young and Hefe, I knew if I hit up Young and Hefe and I just hit him like a real one, right? I knew that he will
That shit in focus so y'all can see.
respond like,
Man, you talking about you wanna do what? Something? He said maybe Jalise, question marks. You feeling some type of way? Oh, that's what you talking about. He said feeling some type of way about what? That's what Aunt Hefe said. You did something I didn't know about? He said, I'm talking about that. Hit me up. We get a chance. I'm gonna hit you in 20 minutes. That's what Aunt Hefe said. Oh no, wait a minute, hold up. Oh no, hold up. That's Ant Jefe saying that in purple. No, that's him saying that's a DTE in the purple talking. My bad. He said I'm gonna hit you in 20 minutes. He said for sure. Right.
A real one. I said, hey, you feeling some type of way? And he said, feeling some type of way about what? You did something I don't know about? Now, I want to address that part of it, right? When I talked to him and he said that, I knew everything was all good right there, right? He was like, what you mean? I was like, when you responded with, nigga, you did something I don't know about, what you do? I knew we was good because he was like, why the fuck would I be mad
Nah,
at you? Like, why would I have some energy with
that's a
you
real nigga.
unless you did some weird shit? Cause you know you be on.
Ant Jefe was on some real shit. Even though it was hours before him to go in. That was some real shit.
Not that I be on the weird shit, but he know that I be on some content shit I be making. I might crack a joke, and I know that he knows that I'm comfortable enough with our relationship to test the lines and make jokes and put some stuff out that may involve him. So he's like, what you do this time? So we laughed about that for a while, you know what I'm saying? And I was telling him, like, he a lot like me. He don't really do a bunch of capping or, you know what I'm saying? He gonna let you know how he feel is basically what I was telling him. So when he responded with feeling some type of way, about what? You did something I don't know about? So I said, well, let me just put it like this. I say,
So people, let's put it up there so y'all know what the last words Ant Jefe was. We already seen.
I'm talking about that. So I hearted these 3 messages above. You want to do 5 minutes on the sporty shit? Maybe Jalise? Question mark. And he never responded. Now, usually when I'm on live and I'm doing something, you know what I'm saying, and I hit him up, and if he sees it, he's awoke, he'll usually respond to me, right? And then I think he read it because he had responded. I called him, he didn't answer, and then he responded like, "Hey, bro, I missed your call." So I sent those 3 questions like, "Hey, you want to do 5 minutes on the Spody shit? Maybe Jalise? Question mark, question mark." And he was like, and he never responded. But then I seen he put out some content on that same subject like 15 minutes later. But I wasn't tripping off that because that makes sense. Like before I go over here on Demon Time shit,
That's when he got up and was crying after that, after this conversation, probably.
live and give my reaction. Let me do my reaction, put out my video, then go over here on Demon Time. So, you know, he never hit me back up, and I was like, that was weird because I know Young AFA I kind of got his schedule like, you know, he be up late night sometimes when I'm up late night, so I know I can hit that nigga up at 1 a.m. and be like, hey, you trying to pop on because he up. Anyway, so I hit him up, he don't respond, and so I said I'm talking about that. I said I'm talking about that, and I'm talking about the shit I hearted above. He said and I said hit me up when you get a chance. He said I'm gonna hit you in like 20 minutes for sure. He hits me right. He hits me yesterday at 10:21 p.m. Now when we're on the phone, right? He basically tells me like, "Hey, bruh, my bad." You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I seen it and I meant to respond to you, but I've been having a lot of stuff going on. So, you know what I mean? It probably just slipped my mind or whatever. But you know, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy. You know, we good. So, you know, I start telling them about some of the stuff that I'm dealing with, right? I'm telling them about how, like, I feel like I can't break out this niche with Whack 100 and him and Munchie B and Spody Face, and I'm trying to change my whole page, and we kind of go back and forth with, you know, how he's saying the same thing, that basically he don't always want to cover Whack 100, No Jumpers, Spody Face, hood topics that kind of pigeonhole us in this niche to where we can't grow. You know what I mean? Because we starting to notice, like, man, we do numbers, we all of this stuff. He had let me speak to him. He does numbers, he has the notoriety and the fame, he's on this show, but he can't get past a certain point. And he's basically saying, like, I've been like kind of trying to play with my page a little bit and try it, but it's not working. So I've been trying to, start some backup pages and some other stuff to go, to figure this thing out, but it's just not working. So we talk about that for a little bit now, how we're both trying to figure out a way out of this niche. You know what I'm saying? We talk a little bit about how
Okay.
we're exploring other platforms, Kick and Twitch, and he's talking about TikTok, about how his little brother was telling him, like, this guy's making a lot of money off you on TikTok. So he's like, he wants to get on top of that. And I think that's how the conversation came about of where my mindset was at, because I just caught a DWI. And this DWI, I caught this DWI right before I put in some pardon paperwork for Tennessee. Now, if y'all know me, y'all know that I was previously a felon, and I just got a pardon granted in Minnesota. Boom. So
Congratulations.
now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get a pardon in Tennessee. It's not nothing that's a felony, but I still have to get it pardoned because the way that it's on my record.
Pardon.
So I'm telling him this, and I'm sharing this with him because don't nobody know, because I really honestly didn't want nobody to know that I still am a prohibited person or whatever. But I'm working
Get
on
on
it.
with the story,
And
bro.
I got these letters from, some big people in Tennessee. I got a letter from
Ah,
my
man, I don't want to
boss
hear
and
all
all
that
these
shit.
different people. And then I got smacked with this DWI, and that
Get
kind of
back
just
to
put
the fucking
everything
story, bro.
up in the air for me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to fast
And
forward your ass.
I was just letting them know, like, yeah, man, but I just got word that I beat the DWI. So and wrapping this back around to why we're talking about this, I'm talking about my page and how things are moving slow for me. And I got these strikes on my page and different stuff I'm fighting and how I'm trying to, work my pages. And but I'm like, but I'm not feeling discouraged because I just had this situation that put me, like, I felt like it was taking, it could have took my life away for different reasons. Not my life away, but my freedom. So I'm talking to him about that, like, yeah, man, like, I know I should be really down. I was just doing numbers. I caught all these copyrights, and they won't come off my page, and YouTube isn't responding, and I'm just feeling like I'm having a lot of bad luck. So when I say that,
Out here watching right now, just tapped in. You know what I'm saying? We're covering the Jefe false allegations out there, and this is one of the guys that was talking to Ant Jefe like uh maybe an hour prior to when he did that release video and he was crying. You see his eyes all watery. He looked like he was crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that day, he had got arrested. This guy went to sleep, found out the next day he got arrested. He's telling the story about how he talked to Ant Jefe the night before.
he's kind of he responds like, yeah, bro, I've been feeling like I've been having a lot of bad luck. I'm just, I don't want to put his personal business out there, but the way I'll express it, that to where I feel like he should, not be upset about it, is that he's saying he's having his own personal issues right now too, and he just feels like, the devil just the devil working on him. The devil just working on him. So I'm like, I'm like, bro, that's kind of how I feel too, but I just feel like it's just something that's just inside of me that's telling me that things are gonna be okay, things are gonna be all right, and I'm just feeling encouraged, and that's why I'm continuing to drop stuff. You know what I'm saying? I show on my page, and this is when he brings up he's working on his, other pages and trying to start some other outlets and platforms to kind of get out of this pigeonhole that we in with the hood stuff, right? So, um, he's basically saying, yeah, the devil's working on him, but he's trying all these different things and he's trying to figure these things out. Boom. So, I'm trying to kind of recall the story because, like I said, I just woke up and I just heard this situation and I find it like crazy that I just talked to bro last night for, I keep saying an hour because it felt like an hour, but it was only 25 minutes, and I could just, from what he expressed, this is what I will say because I can't remember the specifics and I'm not trying to tell y'all the specifics, but I feel like what we talked about is important and I wanted to share that. I'm not here to take advantage of the situation,
All
crack
right,
jokes
bro,
or
we
whatever.
know
I
that.
feel like what we did talk about was so important. I want y'all to know. Cause it was like when I was telling him, I kind of got lost in my story, but when I was telling him that, I felt blessed, you know what I mean, that I had these different opportunities. I could just tell that, he was feeling like stressed out or whatever, but he didn't really express nothing to me. He didn't tell me anything about it. He didn't like even allude to that he was having any issues. He just told me that the devil was working on him. You know what I'm saying? And
So that Hefe said the devil was working on him probably after he made that video. He said the same thing to this man right here that tapped in with him probably an hour later after he made that video about him having a bad day.
you know, he was stressed out. So he did tell me that he had just taken a break. I didn't really know because I haven't been tuned into the hood shit, right? I've been kind of just like I said, I've been trying to move out of that genre. So he was basically saying like, yeah, man, I just took a little, week off just to kind of get my head right and clear and just get my spirit right. You know what I'm saying? Um he was just like, he back on it. And we talked a little bit about how like this niche is so small that everybody's doing the same content, everybody's piggybacking off of everybody, you know. And honestly, that was me like, expressing my frustration to him. Like, man, every time I look up, I just try to go further and further away from this niche, and then I look up and somebody doing this or doing that. He was just like, bro, that's just kind of how it is. He was just like, we just gotta figure out how to monetize our stuff better. We just gotta step our game up. We just gotta figure out how to get you know,
That sound like Ant.
we gotta figure out how to get sponsorships because he was basically saying like, sponsorships, their pages are pushed harder because they got sponsorships. I didn't really understand what he was saying, but I know that's what he was saying. We talked about a mutual friend that we both have. It's crazy to say, bruh's still my friend. You know what I'm saying? I don't communicate with him because there's a lot of weird stuff. And that's what I was telling him basically, man. The whole point of me hitting him up was to say that you know what I mean? And let's see. Look at help you. How long have you been here? 16.
All right, I think we're gonna leave it at that right there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cover a lot of basics on here. Yeah, basically it is some basics. This is not hard to figure out when it comes to these YouTube streams. Um, it looked like the outcome to what we seen with the Void and Flacco video that yo, my boy, and it's just two defendants in that case that don't look good at all. It don't. Unless we got some video. You know what I'm saying? We got some video or whatever. I'm sure y'all probably trying to catch you because he's high profile. You know what I mean? He just having to be there. I heard there was 4 or 3 other defendants that was arrested before him. So what happened to those other 2 guys? What's going on with that? This is a real deep case, and this is something I'm definitely gonna stay in tune with. You know what I mean? It hurts my heart. You know what I'm saying? To have to see Ant Jefe in that position like that, to how when he got out, when he got out, he put his stamp down in the YouTube streets, and when he did that, you can see the positivity in him. You can see that he was a changed man, the maturity. You know what I'm saying? So this right here kind of like really hurts me, and I don't want to see him go out like that. So I'm gonna be following this case definitely because this is close to my heart, and we definitely need to see how this outcome is gonna go. For everybody out there that stayed in tune to I don't know how long, what 3.5 hours, 4, I don't know. I appreciate that. It's your boy OG Corn Dog at Jibberish Energy, episode 1. More to come. You know what I mean? Stay in touch, share, like, subscribe. And to everyone out there, please stay safe, peace,